Father's Day is coming up. This week we sit down with my husband David for his fatherly tips on travel. Hi, my name is Sarita Garbarini of Dreams Vacation in Princeton, New Jersey, and I like to bring you travel and life content to inspire you to grow your travel. So, how many dads out there say, I just go where my wife or my partner tells me to?
I do.
Especially you. Dads do have a perspective on travel, and we'd like to bring you one dad's perspective on traveling with children. I'm actually very interested in hearing what you have to say of being a travel advisor partner about travel, because travel advisors are experts. They provide support before, during, and after the trip, and I do primarily take the role in planning our family travel and things like that. It's not like I don't consider David's perspective when we're talking about travel. I just haven't done it under this lens, like under the dad lens, under this context. So now that we own a Dreams Vacation franchise and can get the best value, we can get exclusive offers for our families and friends. Travel is now more at the forefront of our minds than it ever has in the past. What are your thoughts or some tips and things you can give to fathers out there on travel, David?
Taking baby trips. So consider taking nice short trips when you first start out doing travel. I'd say 30 minutes, 45 minutes. Maybe find a lake near your house. We used to go to Lake George near our house. A little beach, some water. Really get to figure out what the kids like. You got some kids that are afraid of sand, some kids that are afraid of water. I mean, just go somewhere close where if things go awry, you can just leave and you didn't, waste a ton of money and everything,
Right, that's a good point. I can't remember a time when we've had a nightmare trip. Well, I mean, I can. That time in New York City during the hurricane, but that was kind of out of our control. But I think you're right, because over the years we've kind of built up this slowly with the things that we're exposing our children to. We haven't wasted any money, and we haven't had any nightmare trips that are, that we could control. So, Good point.
Yep.
What else?
I'd say also make it memorable. So we had gone to Disney on a family vacation, and our youngest was only 2, and our oldest was, this is a test now, 6. So our 6-year-old was all excited and, wants to go over here and see Mickey and Donald and all that stuff, where our 2-year-old is just kind of sitting in the stroller, with his sippy cup, just kind of not really, caring about what's going on around him, I guess. So if we had waited a few years, maybe to where he was 6 or so, I just think, everybody would have had more, a more memorable time.
Yeah.
So I'd say, make it memorable.
Yeah, so you thinking about what's going to be impactful for them for their age. I mean, that trip was a big family trip. We had several generations going together and different cousins and things like that. So, you can't always avoid this based on the age span of your children, but I think that's a good point, considering what are the kids going to find interesting, what is really going to make it memorable for them. I think we also have to think about that in our upcoming trip. I think what will be memorable for our Disney cruise with Denise will be maybe some of the social aspects, but she's really more into the action-packed things like that. That this may be the last time she gets like that real, I'm on a Disney cruise feeling,
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's a good point. We'll have to think about that. I like that.
Let's see. Another thing I'd say is all hotels are not created equal.
You mean like the amenities and things?
Yeah,
like that? Okay.
yeah. Like speaking of our New York City trip, so I was the main caregiver at that point.
Yeah.
So I had 3 kids. I'm hustling, bustling around in New York City, trying to find changing tables. Maybe 1 in 10 restrooms have them. Let's see, finding a place, so we get right off the train. We took a train to the city. You get right off the train, you're trying to find somewhere to get the kids cleaned up and everything so we can get to the hotel and such. And it was just difficult.
I remember you telling me about that. Yeah, because that was actually a business trip, right?
Yes, yeah.
And you were there to take care of the kids while I continued some of my mommy and work duties. And yeah. So what else about hotels?
Breakfast. I mean, right? Complimentary breakfast. Give me a muffin and some coffee. I don't understand why every hotel doesn't have at least just a complimentary. I don't need. Well, I do like my scrambled eggs and sausage, but just a little something. At a hotel.
Yeah.
Every
Breakfast
hotel
is a must. And for us, a pool. Like every time I'm
right.
looking for a place for us to stay with our kids, we are looking for a pool.
Yes, we have fish kids.
They're water babies.
Yes, they definitely need to be in the water.
Babies.
That's no lie. Yeah.
So, anything else?
Travel rules while you're out. Don't expect to have the same rules with your kids as you would at home. Let them be a little bit more free. So like when our kids were little, and again we were at Disney. They're having a pillow fight on the bed and everything, and they're just belting each other, and I'm sitting there just like we don't do this at home, but we're not at home, right? We're on vacation. So if you're like me and you're a rule follower and you're like, oh no, we're not supposed to be doing that, just kind of let some stuff go. That's all.
I could imagine as a dad that's probably maybe could be some of the challenge, because a lot of times dad fall under the rule enforcer role, and you're on vacation, let the kids stay up. We have talked about this. Let the kids stay up and watch TV, or when we're on the cruise ship, let the kids roam around until later than we would normally let them be roaming around, out with friends and stuff like that. So that's good. Transitioning from a trip to home rules, having different rules or understanding that things are a little bit different. That's a good tip. I like that. Well, thanks. Thank you. I really enjoyed your perspective, and thank you today for watching us. Please reach out to Sarita Garbarini of Dream Vacations to plan your next trip. We're happy to help you grow your travel dreams, and happy Father's Day.
Thank you.
Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day, everybody.
Bye.